Good afternoon, all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, July 28th. We're looking at Window Traders market profile of the S&NQ. Lazy summer day. Again, we have four of our smallest ranges of the year here in July. SPY's range today was $2.50, which makes it the fifth smallest range. NQ's range also small. Bulls started out in NQ with a opening right at yesterday's high, didn't gap, had higher value most of the day, ended up with overlapping a higher. ES went from unchanged to overlapping a higher, and then late in the day went unchanged when M went up and pulled value high down. But a couple things to notice. The way price was accepted here on Friday, right? Even though M sold down, and we went higher. Look where price was accepted all day today. Never moved the volume park. TPO just got moved down late, but it's only 7 wide. They spent 6 time frames down here. Got nothing done. Bears had every opportunity to try. They got into the lower distribution to try to take out that poor low and put the daily back to balance. And they failed. So we're still up on all 3 time frames. We took back to trend day. That's all they accomplished today. We end up with an afternoon rally high, barely, I think, in ES. And Q ends with a rally high in F and a 10 wide point of control. Righty brings the daily back to balance because I had them down, so it's a 4-day balance now. And they end with an afternoon rally high in F and 11 wide point of control. I had a good day. You know, even on these days, and I didn't do anything after J, but even on these days, you chip away for 4 points, 5 points, 6 points. It adds up. It does. And these are days you try to make small and wait for the better days. I had a really good day overall, except for one loss in B period. We'll go over that in a sec. So my first 2 trades of the days were shorts. I got the short to get the overnight low, small one. And then after getting that, when we pushed up against the 144. Then I flipped long in B. I got the long to get A's high. And then I took a long against the 144 when it came back and back tested it when we were above it. I did take a loss, though, in B, only 10 points. When it came down to half back, took a long, and it went against me, took it off. I took a long, and that's all I did in the morning. In the afternoon, I took a long against the opening the first time when F came down to see if they would hold it, which they did that time. I then shorted F period in F, looking for the afternoon rally high. So at that time, I nailed both of them, the pullback and the rally high. But obviously, that pullback didn't hold in F. And then in G period, I took another long against the opening, which worked as they held it in both F and G. And then in H, when we came in, took a long, thinking it might be an afternoon pullback. Obviously, it turned out not to be as J went low, but still made money on it. And then I took one last short in J period because we were one time framing down at that point and against the opening, and that worked. So a lot of little trades add up throughout the trading day. You don't stay married to them, and you just peck away, okay? So again, bulls are firmly in control in the ES and NQ on all 3 time frames. We do have wholesale inventories tomorrow, which is nothing really. I think at 8:30, the big one is going to be the jolts that send the algos into a frenzy potentially at 10 o'clock. And then chart-wise, so here it is. There's your daily. The problem now is the last 2 days, Friday's volume was just under 57 million. We're just under 52 million. So again, it's not horrific volume, but it's 17, 18 million below average. So combined with the small ranges and the volume now contracting, again, you ask yourself, are higher prices choking off volume and range? Again, what I feel. I feel the monthly needs to come into balance sooner rather than later to try to shake out some of the weakest of the weak and then come out of that balance to the upside. But right now, they're not showing any signs of doing that as we're up on all 3 time frames. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.